Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hanging with Drummer Boy Jones. I have two of my favorite guys with me this morning. Got Patrick, I got Jason. And Jason, look at Jason with his all beautiful, real background. That's
Is
not
real.
that's real. I like that.
It's
I
real.
like
This is real too.
there you go. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
coochie, coochie, coochie.
So we had some conversations this week about what we was wanting to do, and Patrick come up with a good idea, and I like this is we each pick a record and we share with each other, and we try to maybe do a record because the two that the guys picked I'd never heard before. So it was very interesting for me to do this, and I don't know if the guys, which I think they've listened to Every Mother's Nightmare. Or I know Patrick has. I hadn't got to Jason, but we'll get to that. So, guys, good Saturday morning, and hope you guys have had a great week. And thank you for coming on. And let's get this rolling.
Awesome.
Hey,
Let's start with
man.
you, Jonesy. What was your record?
My record was Every Mother's Nightmare, Wake Up Screaming, which was their second release in 1993. Um, they are, I guess you could consider local boys. You know, I live just right outside of Nashville, Tennessee. Some of the band was from Nashville, some was from Memphis. I think one maybe was from Knoxville, but they were sort of the local boys that done good. And so, yeah, that was my pick. I love them. You
When
did
did you get the record?
okay. So we're getting the record is, of course, the first record done pretty good. And the second one, I was waiting for it. You know, it was talk, you know, I knew the date. And of course, it was in Nashville. So every record store had it. I got it. And the first leadoff single or the kickoff of the album, I thought was I liked the song, but I didn't like it being the kickoff of the record.
What
Uh,
was the first single, Jonesy?
the first single was, I knew you was going to ask me that. Um,
I just got my notes here.
Was
I
it
went
House of
song by
Pain?
song on
House of
these.
Pain. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was House of Pain.
Oh,
House of
House of
Pain.
Pain. Love that tune.
It's a great song. I just didn't think it was a great album kickoff because the everything else was a lot more heavier and uh,
Mm.
sort of like Faster Pussycat on Whipped. You
Yeah.
know, their opening song on that album, I thought would have been better placed if maybe Jack the Bastard was the opening
Yeah.
track or something. But anyways, but yeah, that's how I got it. I mean, I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming. They was actually playing some festivals here in Nashville, like at the Starwood Amphitheater, the 16,000 seaters.
Oh,
Shit.
nice.
Yeah,
Well, local boys, right? Local boys.
right. And they done that a couple of times. They wasn't sold out or nothing, but they was on big stages here, you know, and it was
Yeah.
sort of cool because I always seen them in clubs. I probably seen them 15, 20 times, and they was great every time. And this was still the original band. The first two records was all the original band, and but yeah, so that was my pick. And uh,
Great record.
what about
I, I I picked that up through Columbia House
really?
through my
Nice.
I think it was fourth or fifth free membership that I never paid for.
Hey,
So I got that in 1993, which was during my beginning of my sophomore year of high school. And I remember a friend of mine had said, you should get this, while you're sitting there with the sheet trying to pick 20 records and write down the code number for it.
Right.
And he was like, oh, if you love Skid Row, you're going to love this.
Yeah.
And so I actually heard Wake Up Screaming before I heard the first record.
Okay.
And I remember listening to it once and being like, wow, this is so heavy. And the song hate my when I think about you, well, I hate myself.
Yeah.
That song I was like instantly like, oh God, I love this. And then the ballad, well, there's two of them. Already Gone was great, and then the other one, which was shit at the end of the record there was really, really good.
I need you. I
Yeah,
need you.
I needed you. Yep,
Yeah.
that was a great one too. Um, so I instantly loved that record. And then, as I was saying before we hit record, I had to thank Jonesy because I don't think I'd listened to that record in at least 20, 25 years. until this week, and I listened to it, and I mean, I was captivated again. I was just like, damn, this is a lot better than I remember this record being. I never thought it was bad, but it was just kind of after a while, you were like, okay, it is what it is. And I really found myself really liking House of Pain a lot more than I had ever liked it.
Yeah.
And I wound up going on YouTube and watching the video for it because I don't think I'd ever even realized there was a video for it.
Right.
Oh,
And
nice.
But out in the Pacific Northwest, they went unnoticed. I
yeah,
don't think anybody knew who they were.
I,
And
I think they really was thinking this record might blow them up because
yeah,
the first one had a little bit of traction, and this one pretty much, I think, just sort of fell on its face, and they pretty much broke up after this. And it's not as heavy as the first record. The first record is really heavy. This one's got its heavy moments, but I think it's more like you said, I hate myself, already gone.
oh, If I Had My Way, what a fucking song that is. That's a good
Oh,
one.
I always loved their cover of Tobacco Road.
Oh, it smokes. Yeah, it's great.
And then probably
Oh,
the poppiest, the poppiest one is probably Slip and Fall. And I really like Slip and Fall off this record too.
Yeah. Well, as our friend in the Great North, living out in, you
the
know,
bush.
in the bush, yes, with the bears and the coyotes, he was shaking his head about Tobacco Road. Jason, why don't you enlighten us as to what you thought of it, Every Mother's Nightmare?
Okay, so I'll be straight up. So I'm already gonna love our Saturdays together if we keep doing this because
Yes.
for me, as it's as broad as my knowledge is, I liked the first record, but I didn't like the first record enough for me to give a shit in '93 or when I could get it at Columbia House to worry about this one. So this was a rediscovery for me and listened to it a few times, and I really like this record for a few reasons. Is it was 93, and for a band that didn't get big off their first record, they didn't succumb to probably some moron at the record label going, you should do a grunge record, that'll solve
Right.
all your problems, right?
Yeah.
So they went in and they stayed true to form, and I really dig it. Like, sure, there's some misses for me, just like all records.
Oh,
There's,
yeah.
we have our 10 out of 10s, and House of Pain starts off a little. House of Pain for me, when I put it on and it starts, as like, God, I hope this isn't grunge as I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Right. And then it comes in and I'm like, okay, here we go. I really dig that one. Closet Down the Hall. Love that opening riff. That opening riff could have
Yeah,
made
smokes.
our mouth riff compilations. If you've seen the mouth
Yes,
riff
I've
video in the
seen that.
basement. I Hate Myself, like, love that song. Big fan. Like, when I close my eyes, it's a live in hell. When I think about you, well, I hate myself.
Yeah.
Now I'm all alone. Maybe time will tell. Lying here without you, I hate myself. Fuck.
Yeah.
Great
Right?
stuff. It's fucking gold.
Yeah. Already Gone. A little unforgettable for me. Like, it's just, okay, there's your obligatory. Here you go. It's whatever. Whatever. Because, yeah, I Needed You way better, in my opinion. Um, Tobacco Road, okay.
Jonesy, you and I can love that all we want.
Okay, so Tobacco Road, here's the thing is that, and I think we've all been there when we think about this. If you hear a song done by somebody and it is awful, it is very difficult for you to like someone else doing it. And that's where I'm at with this because David Lee Roth version is so fucking bad
Yep.
on Eat 'em and
Of course.
Smile. And if we ever do a video on any channel, whatever, I will tell everybody why Eat 'em and Smile is a awful record except for Yankee Rose. It is dog shit. It is crap. It is 43 minutes of digital, not even digital, analog garbage.
So you
Anyway,
would say that this album is better.
oh fuck, I'm digging this record. Like, so Slip and Fall. Here's Slip and Fall for me. The groove is so good. And then for me, there to Here Comes, and they do it on a few. Like, the middle of this record is so goddamn good because then the gang vocals come in, all the
Oh,
background
yeah.
stuff, which they're so good at.
Mhm.
Good Die Young, come on, so fucking good. Breakdown, another just great. Like, after you take Tobacco Road out of there, and that middle of that album
It's
is
perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect, man. Um,
I think there's
if
probably,
I had my way, so good. And then, something we were just talking about the other day on another channel I was on is I am a big, 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 big is, if you're gonna start by ripping up an album at the beginning, you better goddamn rip it at the end.
Yeah.
And you got like White Lion's done a couple ballads at the end of theirs. Good songs, but just I like, man, rock out with my cock out at the end where it just blows my mind at the end. And I gotta go see the show. I gotta go buy whatever. I can't wait till their next one. And Crying Shame is just a great way to end this record. Jonesy fuck hit her out of the park for me on this one.
Oh, I know. Jonesy
I
killed it with this one. Yeah.
Man, I wish I could get this on vinyl. I didn't do any dig dipping because I didn't want to be heartbroken, but I don't probably think in 93 it was even in Europe out or Germany, nothing.
No.
So I'm gonna have to wait for a re-release or some kind of boot or something. But fuck me, that was a good record.
only vinyl.
Jonesy, you
Well
said they
done.
played festivals on this?
What here? Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this yellow cup right here, that was our radio station back in the 90s, 103 WKDF. And they would hold these all day rock things, so and they would have them at the Starwood Amphitheater or at the local college at Middle Tennessee State University. And so yeah, I've seen Every Mother's Nightmare, like ZZ Top came in and Every Mother's Nightmare played opening up for them.
Oh, they
And
would have blown them off the stage.
oh, it was amazing. And
So, did you see them on this tour as well, outside
yes,
of festivals? Who did they come with? Was it
they
just
they
them?
they was just local. I mean,
Oh,
after they actually played those two festivals I'm talking about at MTSU and at Starwood when this album came out, because I
yeah.
think they was thinking they was going to push this and it was going to. And then I think I seen them about 4 or 5 months later. They come back and they was back playing in the clubs,
Yeah.
and
Well,
Yeah.
that was a phenomenal pick, Jonesy.
Oh,
That was a phenomenal pick. I would
like
give
right
you that
down to
and
the
Cam.
album cover.
Oh, I
The
know the
album
album
cover
below.
there.
Yeah.
the
Uh,
snakes and the yeah.
hey,
Oh,
baby.
Yeah, I've looked for this on vinyl, Jason, and I've got their first one on vinyl,
yeah,
uh,
me too.
but I don't. That's all I've ever been able to find.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just Discogs will tell you if if there's even a vinyl choice. I just haven't. I
Just
mean, I was busy
look
this
at
week,
it.
but whatever. I had to really give Patrick a real good shake here and really try with his. So it was
Well,
all about
let's talk
Patrick this
about
week.
mine.
There,
Let's
Well,
talk
let's
about.
do that.
I chose. So my freshman year of high school, my group of friends really, really, we just exploded with music. It just became our biggest thing. And it had always been there, but it was never in the forefront. And then all of a sudden, music is our everything. And
Yep.
we're buying every metal edge and all this stuff. And it seemed like every weekend, you go home on Friday and you may not see your friends until Monday again. But Monday was so exciting because it was, guess what I found when I was out this weekend? And one time, my friend came back and he was like, "You got to check out this Savatage band." And he had bought this album called Edge of Thorns, and it was all over the radio where we were, the song Edge of Thorns and the album Edge of Thorns. But in doing research then, which was very hard to do with no internet, you found that Edge of Thorns was Savatage's first album with singer Zachary Stevens. And they had had a whole catalog of about 5 or 6 previous albums with another singer. But that guy, John Oliva, had left to do something else, and he promised to stay and write songs with them. He just wasn't going to be the singer anymore. They got this guy who was much more accessible. He wasn't a type singer, and he had very clean vocals. And right about that time that we discovered Edge of Thorns, this album that I chose, Handful of Rain, got released. And they had just lost their guitar player, had just died in a drunk driving accident. Or, well, he wasn't the drunk driver. The drunk driver hit him and killed him on the way to a festival. And the guitar player for this Handful of Rain record was a tribute. It was his best friend, Alex Skolnick from Testament,
yep.
played guitar on this record. So I got it, and I was immediately blown away by the song Taunting Cobras. I thought, holy fuck, this is heavy and it's great. It does, Sabotage, as Jason so eloquently put it in a text to me, is I don't dig opera metal.
Operatic metal.
Operatic. And I just said, I totally get that. This was kind of Edge of Thorns. The previous album had very little of that.
Okay.
This had a little bit more of a return to it.
Mhm.
But I will say that if either one of you tells me that you didn't like the song Alone You Breathe, I will be signing off.
Yeah. Okay.
So have at it. Let's go Jonesy first.
So did you say, and was this the first record with the new vocalist, or was it
Second, the
second?
second record.
Oh,
Edge of Thorns is the first one, and Edge of Thorns I almost went gold just based on the fact that I think people didn't. There was videos for it, but they didn't get played. But Edge of Thorns was in TV shows in the background because it's a
oh.
very you'll know it the second you hear it,
Yeah,
Jones.
and I'm going to check it out. Absolutely. Like I told you before, I've never heard of this record. I've heard of Savatage,
Yep.
and I'd never heard of it. And when I put it on, the first thing with Taunting Cobras, I was like, this is good. I like this. This is really good. And the first thing I thought, my notes I even made, I said, no wonder Patrick likes this, because I think that this song should have been on Subhuman Race. It sounds just
Oh
like
yeah,
something
yeah.
off Subhuman Race.
Ooh, now you've got Patrick's
My
real love
favorite
and
album of all
affection.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even his vocals sort of reminded me of the not as higher stuff that Sebastian sung on Subhuman Race. It,
Yeah.
I think it was. I as we had discussions, or Jason made some comments. I'm not a very big prog metal guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a very operatic, as you said,
Operatic.
operatic metal. I liked Handful of Rain. I thought that was good. Chance, if you take the operatic, the to me it sounds like the
Kind of queenish.
Trans
Yeah.
stuff out of it. It's got killer. It has killer moments.
Yeah.
To me, the operatic part sort of pushed it to the back burner, but it had some great moments. Staring to the Sun, I thought was good. Staring to the Sun, one of those, I was like, damn, it sounds like, is that Staring to the Sun? It sounds like something Stevie Ray Vaughan would do.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, so it's sort of everywhere. I gave it a fair shake the first time I heard it. I just sort of skimmed through it because I was like, yeah, yeah. And Thursday, I listened to it again, and I liked it better. And then even yesterday, on my way home from work, I listened to it again, and I was like, this is growing on me. And like I said, the Alone You Breathe, it's a beautiful song, a very beautiful song. And
A
I think,
tribute to the guitar player that died. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, with this not being in my wheelhouse of music that I really like or really love, I did really like it. I enjoyed it. I can't say that. Yeah, I can't say that it sucks. I thought it was good. Some of it's great. Some of it I didn't like as much, but
Yeah.
nothing that I was like, oh, this sucks. So
Sure.
your
All
turn.
right,
I'll
Jason.
let you take that.
Have at it.
Okay. So, Patrick, you will be pleased to know that I did, a little Wikipedia stuff. So, as far as the lyrical content of this, I appreciate what John was doing because, he brought in the writer, like you said. But
Mhm.
this album was, I guess we could maybe say, I'll say maybe because I can't be sure, a very large tribute to his brother because it was John and Chris that were brothers, right?
Right.
So Chris, the guitar player, and John had always said, like, he is Savatage. Like, he had every intention. That was it. Band's done, whatever. So this was his big whatever. John also was coming out of, his drug addiction and alcoholism. So you can really see like there's a lot of lyrical content here
Well, that's what
about
Taunting
that.
Cobras is mostly
Haunting
about.
Cobras. So obviously, that resonates for me as being like-minded of John. Really dug that. Like, I mean, Taunting Cobra, holy smoke. What a great fucking tune. I got notes, I got lyrics. Like you should I'm proud. You should be proud of what I'm doing here. Like
I'm
I really, I
astounded
really
that you
want
went this far.
like welcome to the prison. Let me tell you what you're missing. I'm been coming here for nearly a year. Out there was my corner till I came in for a water, mixed with whiskey and a chaser of sideways. Like, come on. That's just great,
Brilliant.
great lyrics, right? And my problem with like years of not liking Savatage is that I don't like John's voice.
Right.
Okay.
Do you
So
like
there it
Zach?
is. What's that?
Do you like
Love
Zach?
Zach. Love Zach. And we can get into this like Handful of Rain, another addiction song, like great tune. It really is. And third one, Chance. So here's okay. So Chance, Stare into the
That's why I
Sun,
love Jason.
Castles Burning is I'll call this that's the operatic. And for
Yep.
me, it's a mid-tempo, wordy mess.
I understand that. Yeah.
We're trying all these big words and whatever. I get it. I get what you're writing. I respect you. You're not Steve Harris,
No.
right? Like, and there's a few there. I get it. Like, might be better, but Steve Harris has the corner of that market of writing 18-minute songs that should be 4 minutes, whatever. I don't need another band with it. Um, where was it? Where did I go? Okay, Visions.
Yeah, that's an instrumental. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Watching You Fall.
Great song.
Mm-hmm.
Great song. I don't feel that his voice is meant for that song. That John should be singing that.
Yeah,
And
no, I
still
agree.
not, and then I'd still not like it because I don't like John's. Right. Oh, there's my that's Fife. He came on the trip. Um, so then we get back into what I like with Nothing Going On. Who the fuck
Smokes.
else is gonna write a song about Alice in Wonderland and it kicks total fucking ass?
Right.
Right? It's so good. It's thunderous. It's just like simple lyrics of just over and over and just pounds you. Great song. Um, now the one that you said you'd sign off on.
Alone You Breathe.
Wait, okay. It is a beautiful song. It is a great song. I don't need 3 minutes of operatic instrumental at the beginning.
Oh,
Give
okay.
me 45 seconds. Let's get into it. Perfect. It could have been a single on the radio. It could have been, but you're going to lose a lot of people. Like until I listen to this, so 5 times this album, and I usually don't do that, but I did it for
Oh.
you and for this to get there. So I just kept saying to myself, man, so today when I was having my morning coffee, I got to that song, just went to my phone and just moved up 3 minutes and got to it. Perfect. So cut 3 minutes off the front. That's a perfect ballad. Love that song.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there you go.
Did
So
you
you
know
don't
that
have to
that
sign off.
so
Uh,
as a tribute to the guitar player that died, they actually harkened back at that end sequence,
yeah.
tomorrow and after. There are three points in there where they reach back to previous songs that they did and put the
Okay.
lyrics into it. So it's
Well, there you
kind
go.
of
I didn't know that. So
yeah.
okay. So
Uh,
for me, yeah, great. Like so at the end of it, I didn't hate it. Just the middle part, the middle of the album where it's like
yeah.
the operatic stuff, but that's just their jam. That's his jam, right? So whether and what's the new singer's name? Zachary.
Stevens, yeah.
Right. So, he's getting a paycheck. He probably showed up, and whether you like it or not, I mean, if we were a singer for hire, you'd probably look at it and go, all right, I'll just sing it the way you want me to. But no, the stuff that I like, I really like, and the stuff that I don't, it's still not horrible.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have a
But I
new
won't
appreciation for Savatage?
I do have, but for Zachary Savatage, John's
Right.
voice just doesn't do it. I do like Gutter Ballet as the song.
Oh,
I
great
don't
song. Yeah.
like what's the video that was all
Jesus
over.
Saves.
No, the ballad
Oh,
when
the
the
Mountain King.
no, the lights or something, or when the crowd is
Oh,
something.
when the crowds are gone.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
No, a little too operatic for me too. They
Yeah.
had a song on Streets of Rock Opera that is probably in my top three songs ever made
Okay,
called Believe. That is
gotcha.
just the
No,
most beautiful thing.
I and guess what? And I have seen TSO. They came through
TSO
Winnipeg
does
years ago.
believe.
Really liked TSO. Like, I mean, I just can't make the connection yet. And I think it boils down to today. And I think I'd hang on it. It's just I don't care for John's voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, we know John is a big fan of the channel and watches. So I'm sorry, John. Just doesn't do it for me. You're probably just the nicest man in the world and write great tunes. But if you kept writing for Zach, I'm in.
Yeah.
Is TSO, is that the
Right.
experience part of it? Seeing TSO live, like I don't like you said, Jason, I'm not an operatic guy and I probably wouldn't listen to a TSO record. But when you go see them, you're like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Well, for me, when I went, it's because TSO years ago, I can't even remember, probably, I want to say 10 years ago, probably longer than that. They did a Christmas tour and came through Winnipeg. And
Mhm.
my wife's like, well, they used to be like the hair band stuff you like. So that's when I looked it up and I was like, holy fuck, it used to be soft. Yeah, I'll go check it out. And
Okay.
I really enjoyed their Christmas show. So
Well,
it's
that's where I
weird.
was going because they practically come to Nashville. I ain't going to say every year, but TSO is does this Christmas thing a lot here at
You
the
Yeah.
check
arena.
it out, man.
Yeah, I have to check that out.
John Oliva had said that he did 15 years of Savatage, slugging it out in clubs and playing in arenas in Europe, and was about ready to give up and tried the TSO thing, and it went platinum
And it
in
blowed up.
1996.
And made millions of
Millions
dollars.
of dollars, and it turned into a massive thing where they have like multiple versions of TSO touring the
Yep.
country at the same time.
Right.
And that first single that TSO ever had, which was Christmas Eve Sarajevo,
So good.
was a Savatage song on Dead Winter Dead, and it did nothing. And then they put it out as TSO, and it blew up. So I'm sure that's a huge mind fuck for him.
Yeah, has to be.
Like, oh, at least I got huge one way, but
Well,
why couldn't it have been this way?
well, Jason,
That's
I'm going to
okay.
give
Then
you.
he counts his money and everything is okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Patrick. I'm going to give you props because you've given me another band to go down a rabbit hole with.
With Sabotage, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, because now I'm more interested in TSO, looking the connections. You know.
I'll be honest with you, I am not a TSO fan.
Yeah.
I'm not. Number one, they did use Zach Stevens on the first TSO record a few times. And it's kind of hard to get down to Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas,
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. You're not gonna be like, all right, everybody, fucking jam this,
Yeah.
or around the Christmas tree.
That's
It's
that's
kind
probably the
of
reason I've not listened to it because you can ask my
yeah,
wife. I cannot stand Christmas songs.
yeah. Well, it dates it to a time of the year and whatnot. But
Yeah.
I will tell anybody, I'll tell you, Jonesy, if you're gonna go down the Sabotage rabbit hole, check out Edge of Thorns if you like Zach Stevens.
Yep.
And just to try John Oliva, just listen to the song Believe. The song Believe or If I Go Away. Both of those will, just grab you by the heartstrings because they're just beautiful songs. Poor John Oliva, though, he's not well. He's had a lot of drug and alcohol issues. And then 2 years ago, he was in a car accident because he was drunk
Mm,
and wound up getting really injured. And then during that period, he got diagnosed with MS. And so he can't even perform anymore. So the current Sabotage tours that are out there are like three of the normal guys filled in with the rest of TSO
yeah.
touring as Sabotage. So I guess if you like Sabotage, you're getting Sabotage, but it's that is a band that is surrounded with tragedy. So
Wow.
And they're in the studio. They're completing their next record too, right?
yeah, that John wrote. John did
Yeah.
write it and plays on it, but he can't tour or anything. So
I'm okay with Zach. I mean,
Zach is phenomenal. Yeah. And he
yeah.
sounds just as good live as he sounds on the records.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So in closing, then Patrick, I'll say I don't hate it. That's my official thing.
There we
well,
go.
you know what I think we should do after we do Jason's pick, I think what we should do is live here on this show for next week. We should each pick announce what our record is for
Oh,
next.
okay.
We should do
Done.
that at the end of this, and then next week we do this again. So,
Okay. Okay.
all right. So, Jason,
It's Jason.
tell us all about what you picked as I make the handful of rain arms.
I picked um my favorite band ever, Canada's own Harem Scarem, and their 2025, yeah, that's right, this year
Yeah.
release, Chasing Euphoria, their 16th original studio album, because they've had some redos and whatever, like they recut mood swings and stuff, but their 16th original studio album. And for those of you that don't know, Patrick and I are massive fans. The timing and everything of this band, they were a 91, early release, their first record. Brian argues with everybody argues with me, but Patrick does not. If they just had a little better luck, if the first one came out and say 89 and mood
Oh,
swings to 91,
Yeah.
maybe they would have been one of the biggest bands in the world.
right.
They could have survived the 90s like Aerosmiths and Bon Jovi's. They're massive in Europe. And that's
Oh,
why when they cut an album, they will do a warm-up show in Toronto because that's where they're from. And then they'll head over to Europe and do all their shows. Harry Hess, the lead singer and primary songwriter with Pete Lesperance, the guitar player. Harry is a big producer, also has side project. He sings on a Frontier project called First Signal. I mean, the voice is unbelievable. This record is a 10 out of every record they do. I'll always say 10 out of 10 just because I am such a fan. Um, I'm not gonna, I've got notes and I've got everything on here, but I'm not gonna get into that because that's not my thing because I love the whole thing, but I have lyrics, I have everything, but we're not going to do that because I am more interested in you guys talking about it. Um, Folks, they've got YouTube videos out there because what our bands do now is before the record comes out, they'll do a video and release a single, and they did that 3 times with Chased in Euphoria, Better the Devil You Know,
oh,
and
such a
Reliving
good song.
History were the three. But I mean, they've got Wasted Years, Understand It All, A Falling Knife. I actually just love that tune. World on Fire is just classic Harem Scarem, um, melodic just thing. And then they got the drummer, just so you guys know, in this band is Darren James Smith, DJ Smith, for those that
Singer
don't.
for Red Dragon Cartel.
Reagan, yeah, Red Dragon Cartel singer. He'll always do a song or two. This one, his outing is "Gotta Keep Your Head Up," which is unbelievable song. He's got such a great voice. I'll talk about Harem Scarem anytime, anywhere. Pick any album, don't mind. Saturdays, if we're doing this Saturdays, it's gonna be a lot of Harem Scarem. Um, Jonesy says he's going down a rabbit hole. He needs a backhoe because, man, you've got 16 records and
Ah,
compilations and live stuff. They don't do a bad thing. Sorry, I'm going to stop. You guys
Let
go.
Jonesy go. I'm
okay.
dying to hear Jonesy hear this.
Okay. I will go. First off, I have never listened to Harem Scarem. I'll go ahead and say so. Jason, don't like me right off the bat.
That's okay. If I introduce Harem Scarem to somebody and
But
then they come back to me and say, "I don't like it," you're you're fucked. So there.
so yeah, I had always heard the name. Why I never picked on it and listened to it, I don't know. I had always heard this name. I always thought the name was fantastic. I liked the name. When I put this on, the first thing I seen the title track "Chasing Euphoria," I was like, "This should have been on a Journey record." I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know why I compare things like that, but I do. Uh, the first thing that hit me was production, and when you just said the singer's a producer, and wow, the production is unbelievable. It is so poppy that it's just it to me it sounds like something that Night Ranger would have done in the 80s, or it should have been the soundtrack of a Karate Kid movie. And that's not a knock. That's I promise you that's not a knock. Wow. This is another one just like with Savatage. The first time I heard it, I thought it was good. Thought it was really good, but nothing really jumped out at me. I was just like, this is good melodic rock, is what I thought it was. But I try to always give albums 2 and 3 tries just to make sure. And this one grew on me too. Uh, yeah, like you said, Better the Devil You Know. Oh, that was so
Yeah.
good, so good. Slow Burn. So which one did you say was the drummer that sang on it, or the
Got to keep your head up.
yeah, so good. One thing, okay, can I? Because I didn't write down lyrics and I didn't listen to lyrics because a lot of this I was listening to and from work because I have an hour
Yep.
commute. But I did seem like, and I maybe it was a falling knife or a release.
Yes.
It had to it just by me thinking back. Did it have some religious tones in it? are they
A lot of their songs do. They're not a religious band, but they're
right?
But
just,
they do have that overtone
yeah,
through a lot of their records.
they do.
Which, I'm a religious person, so that does not bother me at all. I mean, you know,
Oh no, it doesn't affect the music in any way.
no,
No.
now I'm not one of these, only thing I listen to, of course, is, Christian metal. I don't do that because, my Pantera collection would go straight out the damn window. But no, I mean, but yeah, and I don't like categorizing. Like I said, I don't want to do that. But that seemed to have I was like, they have a little bit of a religious overtone, which is nothing completely wrong with it. I love that it's 10 songs and the record's 37 minutes. I
Yep.
absolutely love when bands do that. It leaves you wanting more. I hate when bands put out a record that's got 17 songs and out of those 17, six or seven of them is shit. And this
Right.
10 songs that they all fit together. I was pleasantly surprised. Uh, I loved it, man.
Oh,
I
I'm so
absolutely loved
glad.
it. Yep.
So glad. Like, I mean, and now Jonesy, you've got like, there's a lot of stuff. Some of the records aren't on streaming platforms, but I mean, there's some good meat. Are you an Apple guy?
Yeah.
Apple Music?
Hmm.
Yeah, a lot of it's on Apple.
Okay.
Apple's even got I don't know what they call it, but there's three or four records of theirs that are just in like a box set kind of thing.
Okay.
And there's just so much good shit in there. So just download it all. Like
Yeah.
just and
Let's,
just put it on shuffle. I mean, it's just I love, like you said, like Journey. Yeah, Canada's Journey, but better. I said it, but I mean, like I said, I'll go to the
I don't know
map
if
for
I would
these.
go that
They're
far, but
they're I
Maybe you need to go through the catalog, Jonesy.
easy.
yeah, yeah.
They're my favorite.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
They're my favorite.
Fair enough.
It's so good.
Yeah, and I downloaded. Let's see, what else did I put on my machine, and I just hadn't got to it yet. But I done the self-titled.
Oh,
I
oh,
done. I
that
put
album is
on
so good.
Let Them Eat Fish Cake. I put that one on there. I thought just because of the
Oh,
name of
that's not them.
huh?
That's not them. There's another band called Harem Scarem out there. So it
Thank
sometimes
you for
gets,
telling me that.
yeah, it's, yeah,
I'd have been
careful with
going,
that.
what the hell is
Yeah,
this?
that's not them.
Voice of a Reason.
Yep, that's their
Okay,
third record.
okay. I put
That's their
those.
third record, way heavier than the first two, which was great. It was tough for me at the beginning when that came out in 93, 4.
Yeah.
But I mean, it like, oh, so good. Voice of Reason, great. Blue is such a good track. Warming a Frozen Rose, so good. Ugh.
Yep. I guys, yeah, I'm part of your fan club. Y'all can welcome me in, and I've only heard one record, and I've got so
Yeah.
many to go.
If,
So
I think if you want a really good one that'll tear it up for you too, it's their second record, Mood Swings.
Oh
Don't do the
God, so
re-record.
great.
Don't do the re-record. It's still good. Just go to the original.
original.
And Mood Swings has probably the best Darren James vocal performance of Sentimental Boulevard on it.
Is this practically the same band throughout?
Yes.
Three core members, yes.
Okay.
So the original bass player, Mike Gianette, who was on the first two records, left shortly after the Mood Swings tour, and they've had rotating bass players for the rest of the band. Darren has missed a few records just while he was doing other things. Darren does the majority of the touring as well. But yeah, they're on, I don't know, their upteenth bass player, but
Right.
I mean, it's the three core guys.
Okay. Awesome.
So I got into Harem Scarem in college in 2001. And it was through a website that my friend Matt and I used to just live for, which was called melodicrock.com.
Yeah.
And that guy, I think his name's Andrew, and he's from Australia. He used to do Melodic Rock Fest and things like that. He is the biggest champion next to Jason of anything and everything Harem Scarem. And I got in through Weight of the World, and one of I would argue the best Harem Scarem song ever is Killing Me. I think.
Oh, so the way it's
Holy shit.
all in, right?
That
Dun,
was,
dun, dun, dun,
oh
dun,
God,
dun.
just hearing him say you don't and you
Like
do.
that, the
Oh,
whole crowd say you don't.
yeah, oh God, it's
You
so fucking
don't.
good. And
Yep.
one of the things that I think gets Jason going and gets me going is the excitement of when you discover something. And I think I'm vicariously living through Jonesy's gonna feel that excitement of discovering it. And I just want to be like, oh, you like that one? Well, then you're gonna like this one. Because Harem Scarem's whole catalog is that way.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
And they are the best kept secret in all of music. And I would be remiss if I didn't say, in my personal opinion, one of somebody call Robert Stack and the Unsolved Mysteries crew, because it is an unsolved mystery to me why John Bon Jovi has lasted as long as he have, yet Harem Scarem can't even sell out a club in the States.
Yeah.
Their songs are better than Bon Jovi's songs. Harry
Music.
Hess is a better vocalist than John Bon Jovi. Pete Lesperance could play circles around Richie Sambora. I know people will fucking revolt at that, but I
I
don't
got
care
your back, man. I got your fucking back with the
because
brass knuckles.
if you really want to go down the rabbit hole, Pete Lesperance is down in it or down on it
So good.
is one of the greatest records I've ever heard in my life.
Yep.
Um,
And on
you
streaming.
know, and that guy can sing too with,
Yep.
I mean,
That's
just
why their vocals are so good. You
yeah.
have three singers.
When he's like, I'm so far down in it, I just like, holy fuck, this is good. So, long story short, I got this record on release day. I pre-ordered it. Was up at about 2:30 in
Vinyl?
the morning. Oh no. Well, I have the vinyl, but I pre-ordered it through iTunes and I
Okay.
was up at 2:30 in the morning listening to the whole record because I refused to go on YouTube and listen to the leaks. And I wanted to hear it the minute I got it. And I spent probably the next month just fucking listening to only that record. Chasing Euphoria is probably my third favorite Harem Scarem record. Um, it's almost impossible for anything to beat Weight of the World. So just in
I,
my opinion, I love the Rubber record too.
oh,
That's
so
my
good.
number two. So Rubber is number two. Rubber for people that don't know, they changed their name to Rubber for one record
Okay.
and then put out a record and then went right back to Harem Scarem.
Okay. Yeah, I
Uh,
read something about that, but I didn't.
yeah, it's a different sound, but it's still Harem Scarem. So
Yeah,
it's
and for those, I mean, it's not on streaming. You have to order the record. It was Canada Record Store Day only. The Anthology Volume 1 has one song off the Rubber record.
yeah.
And it's Sunshine.
But Chasing Euphoria is a brilliant record. Um, I don't need to go through every track because if you just take the time, as Jonesy made the best point, it's 10 songs.
Yep.
It's not asking you to make a huge commitment. And Jason said this in a couple appearances on other shows as well, and I agree 100%. Bill Leverty did an interview with Hair Metal Guru. Check out Hair Metal Guru, great show.
Absolutely.
Uh, but Bill Leverty, when talking about extra songs and things like that, was like, look, if it didn't make the record, it's because we didn't feel it was good enough.
Yeah.
And one of the big selling points these days is to put 15 songs on a record. Here's the original 12 songs, and here's three songs that we're just going to throw on it because now we can sell it and try and get you to buy it again. Well, very rarely are those songs that great. And Harem Scarem doesn't do that. They just give you the best songs. And I never ever would be worried about a Harem Scarem record to purchase it because they're always fantastic. So
Yep.
and I got into Harem Scarem also. It was funny when I got into them in college. It wasn't until later on that I found out that they had that during COVID, I went back to my youth and I started watching Degrassi and Degrassi High from like the mid 80s.
Yeah.
Harems when they did their movie there, Degrassi did in like 90, 91, what was it, School's Out? Harem
Yep. When
Scarem
they're
did the whole
graduating,
soundtrack.
Wow.
The whole
was their first
soundtrack to
record.
that is the first record.
Yep.
So I was like, holy shit, I didn't know this. So,
Cool.
but it's great record. So I will give Jason a 10 out of 10 on his choice, but that's only because I'm so fucking biased.
It was great. It was
Yeah,
great.
you could put subhuman race against it, and I'd be like, oh, fuck me. So, but I think we should, if we do this next week, I think right now we should tell the world what albums we're choosing for each other to listen to.
Okay.
Should I do a Discog shake?
A dis-
Yeah. Oh, that's even more fun. Do that. Let's do it.
Okay. So, Jonesy, if you don't know what the Discog shake is,
okay.
I have all my
This is
vinyls
fantastic.
in my Discogs. Okay.
Okay.
So, what a feature of Discogs is you go to your collection and you shake your phone and it will randomly pick something you should listen to.
I like it.
All right. So here we go. Here's Jason's choice. Shaking, shaking. Unless it's like lame and whatever.
Right.
Oh, sorry. Striper, the final battle.
Ooh.
Stripers, the final battle. Okay. That is Jason's choice. Jonesy, hit us.
All right. Well, I'm going to sort of do the thing because I have all of my vinyl in a I collect music.
Oh,
That's,
okay. Yeah.
that's where all of my stuff is. So I think
Oh, he's just going to randomly select.
yeah, I think I'm just going to scroll through here. I'm going to go up and down and up and down and up and go up and hit one. Oh, that's a live record. You don't want to. It was Y&T though.
Oh, God, that's
Oh,
good stuff.
love wine tea.
So since I know both you guys, all right. So I'm just going to go. I'm going to go Marvelous 3, Ready, Sex, Go.
Great record. Yeah. So here comes Patrick with a surprise. I classify they're now they're not a hair metal band, but they fit the genre. And you both will probably I don't know if either of you will know it, but I think you will both, as a hair metal fan, you will find to enjoy it. Is the 1999 to maybe it's 98 album from The Misfits titled Famous Monsters.
Like the punk band?
They're a punk band, but they're not really, it's not, I would not consider it punk rock. I would just
Okay.
consider it almost to be kind of just heavy rock.
Okay.
3 minute songs with the catchiest choruses and an incredible vocalist named Michael Graves.
Okay.
And does this time work for everybody next week?
Absolutely.
Kick ass.
So let me just
Saturdays with Jonesy.
Saturday mornings in the garage with Jonesy.
That's right.
I feel like Jason was walking his dog and I was walking by and we all heard the great songs coming out of Jonesy's garage.
Went in
absolutely,
and sat down. That's right.
Yep. And had
absolutely.
a sweet tea.
Sweet. Yeah. Well, all right, boys. Thank you so
Play
much for the
golf.
invite again, Jonesy. Oh, sorry.
I said go play some golf.
I'm gonna go play some golf and hopefully it goes well today because this is qualifying. So shoot low. That's what
And
I'm
then
hoping for.
afterwards, you can go find someone to have a Putin with.
I'll have some poutine up at the lake. You bet I will. All right,
God, I love
boys.
Canada.
Thanks for the invite. We'll see
Appreciate
you
it.
next Saturday, folks. Please make sure, like, share all of us on X. You can find me at Reed World. Make sure you follow the Iceman and Drummer Boy. Good shit going
Absolutely.
on. All
Absolutely.
right,
Rivers
you
Ice
guys take care.
232. Love you guys. Be well.
Love you.